I will call the Commissioners' meeting of May 29th, 2024 to order. Before we welcome Veteran Don Bradley and Reverend Shively, I did want to, for the folks here in the audience and for folks who may be watching, Vice President Commissioner Burford is with us via the phone. He is unable to be here in person today, so he is represented here today, so we just can't see his face. So, but he is out there listening and will participate in the meeting. So with that, we will move on to our pledge and our invocation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's pray.
We take a moment, O God, and pause in the midst of the crazy busyness of our world and of our lives. In this moment of stillness, reveal to us in your presence that you are near. And speak to us, O God, in your language that is love, that we might receive that word of love, that it would open our hearts and heal our divisions and lead us into what is best for all. O God, speak that word of love into us, then speak that word of love through us. Pray this in your holy name.
Amen.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 2 on the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 15th, 2024 Board of Commissioners meeting as submitted.
This is Scott, second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll move on to Mr. Munsky's Chief Clerk's report.
Thank you, Commissioner Wheeler. I don't have a lot to talk about on this agenda. I did want to point out two things. Items 10 and 11, for those who were here at our last meeting, appear to be duplicative of motions that were passed at our last commissioners meeting. However, in the motions at the last meeting, the dates were written incorrectly. So out of an abundance of caution, we're repeating them here with the correct dates just to make sure everything is fine. So it's nothing duplicative. We are just making a correction to those motions from the last meeting. The only other item I wanted to talk about was item number 9, which is Resolution 2024-17. I would like to invite Kennetha Hansen to come up and give us a little bit of information about it. That's all right?
This is a unique item, doesn't happen all the time, but something that's very helpful to our farmers. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm Kennetha Hansen. I'm with the York County Economic Alliance, but I'm here in my staff capacity for the York County Industrial Development Authority. The authority serves as a conduit for tax-exempt financing for a multitude of different projects, nonprofits, certain manufacturing projects, and federally qualifying first-time farmers. Today, before you is a request on behalf of a qualifying next-generation first-time farmer, if you will, in which the authority will serve as a conduit for that debt. So as I explain it, it's private sector debt with a public twist, if you will. So a bank makes the loan, it passes through the authority, the borrower gets a lower interest rate. So it's an excellent program for a first-time farmer buying their first farm. The Stoltzfuses, Anna and Stephen, are looking to purchase a 79-acre farm in Peach Bottom Township in Delta, and they are seeking a loan of a next generation farmer loan of up to $500,000 to effect that purchase. And the federal law really dictating, if you will, guiding this program, does require highest elected official consent for the issuance. And because the commissioners created the IDA, that is why we come to you for that consent.
Great. Wonderful explanation.
Any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
No, that would be all that I have.
Okay. Any questions for Greg? Scott?
Not on my end.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we will then move on and open it up for any public comment as it relates to items on the agenda.
Good morning, Virginia Schultz.
Good morning.
York Township. I'd like to comment on the motion listed under number 18. We see at the bottom of these agendas a statement that your purpose is to strengthen and strengthen quality of life. And the towers, we know, are very dangerous. 11,000 pages of documents have been in public information, and I'd like to ask you to please reconsider giving millions of dollars for our mental health in this county. Does not seem to be in alignment with putting up radio towers, which cause seizures, cancers, multiple issues. Thank you. Please consider not approving that motion.
To confirm, you stated motion 18, correct?
Yes, motion to approve an agreement between the County of York on behalf of Information Technology Services Department and Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, Washington, D.C., to provide an election security assessment. Excuse me. That was the other issue that I wanted to mention, so I will. I have a moment to also say that that should be a private assessment, not a non-paid. In other words, if you're not going to pay for it, we don't trust it, because money speaks. So we need better. The one I did want to address was the one with the radio towers, which is number 13. So my first comments were regarding the radio towers mentioned in motion 13 for purchase of the more danger to our minds and our bodies. Again, need to strengthen the quality of life both with our elections and also with protecting our minds with none of these towers. None more, please. Just those. Don't pass them. Table them. Thank you.
To provide a little context on item number 13, that is for the purchase and upgrade of uninterrupted power supplies for the 3 towers that are existing. It's not in relation to any new construction of towers, and those towers are part of the network that provides 911 service across the county.
So just to confirm, UPS stands for Unified.
Uninterrupted power supply.
So it's a power supply. It has nothing to do with Wi-Fi antennas or anything like that. And these towers are what are used so that when folks call into 911, their call is received by 911, and ensuring that these towers have the appropriate power supply and don't go down.
That's correct.
Okay.
Number 18 is part of, we do a number of different cybersecurity assessments, not just related to elections, but also to our networks, to our 911 network. So we have a variety of public and private partnerships with organizations. Some are at cost, some are at no cost. I know we do every 2 years. We work with the Pennsylvania National Guard and their cybersecurity program. So this is just one of many different security infrastructure programs that we do throughout the course of the year.
Okay. Any other questions for Greg? Okay. Hearing none, and I'll just double check one more time for any other public comment related to agenda items. Okay, hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to new business.
Madam President, I move that we adopt and approve items number 1 through 21 on today's agenda.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. There were no executive sessions since our last meeting. I do have one item under other business, and I know we just finished the primary, but we do have a general election that's coming up. And we wanted to make sure the public is aware that there are two organizations, one called the Voter Participation Center, the other called the Center for Voter Information. They are sending mailings to residents across the Commonwealth to prompt voter registration and/or apply for a mail-in or absentee ballot. We are aware that in York County, Center for Voter Information has mailed approximately 6,700 pieces, and Voter Participation Center has mailed approximately 8,400 pieces. What we want to make clear to the residents of our community is they are a non-government agency. There were no county taxpayer dollars spent on these mailings. The county had no input into preparing these mailings. They are done by third parties. So we want to assure folks that the county had no involvement in this. We believe that there will be another mailing going out by these two organizations. So again, just want to make folks aware that that is not coming from the York County Elections or Voter Registration Department. If you do have any questions, should you receive one, you can certainly call our office at 717-771-9604. And then just a reminder that October 29th of this year is the last day you can apply for a mail-in and or absentee ballot. And October 21st of this year is the last day to register or change your registration. So again, just wanted to make you aware that that was not coming on behalf of the county, that those mailers are being done by a third party. I will open it up for any additional public comment. Hearing and seeing none, if I could have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? All right, we are adjourned, and we do have a salary board today, so I'll call the salary board to order. If I could have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 15, 2024 salary board meeting as submitted. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. I will open it up for any public comment related to agenda items. Hearing and seeing none, I'll move on to item number 4 on the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the positions, salaries, hours of work, and fringe benefits as provided by existing collective bargaining agreements or as set forth in the York County Employee Handbook or York County Policy Manual for the following departments and row offices as stated below, with no additional benefits or concessions unless otherwise noted, and there is listed in the agenda. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. There were no executive sessions since our last meeting. I'll open it up once again for any public comment. Hearing and seeing none, if I could have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody, and enjoy the beautiful day here in May.